We are familiar with the news stories, boat people, detainees, refugees, coming to steal our jobs and our way of life, by way of rickety boats and enormous planes. The people we lock up or ship out. But what happens to the ones we accept? The ones who have had time to adjust to the Australian way of life and culture? My name is Daniel Martinez, and I know some people who can answer that question for us. It's no secret that Australia's refugee situation is one of the most controversial in the world, with the detention centres of Nauru and constant debate about how to address the boat people issue. Because of this, it's so easy for people to forget about what happens afterwards, the fates of those who are assimilated into our society and the trials and obstacles they must face in their own right. Sheena Lemon has this to say.
After leaving everything behind in one life, refugees who arrive in Australia then face a prolonged adjustment period. Some of these challenges include finding employment, language and communication barriers, racism and discrimination from the wider community, and ongoing mental health issues due to trauma.
But I'm not telling you this objectively. My life is a lot closer to this phenomenon than many other Australians, which is why I'll be introducing to you my family, refugees in their own right. Both my parents were born in El Salvador. My father Saul in 1963 and my mother Patty in 1969. Growing up in a developing nation, they were both attending university when the country's civil war escalated. While my mother was sheltered away from the most horrific aspects of the war, my father unfortunately experienced many horrors during it. They moved to Australia and got married in 1990. Thank you for giving us your time. I want to ask, in the 25 plus years you've been living in Australia, how well have you adjusted?
I think I've adjusted quite well. It took me a long time too, but yes, I like working here. I like knowing about everything here, so yeah, I feel like it's my country.
Yeah, I think I adjusted well as well.
Do you still face any discrimination or racism in your lives?
No, not really.
I can't say that I experienced it myself. I've seen it happening. I've seen other people being treated differently and badly, but I've never been a victim of it.
And that's good. What was the most difficult part transitioning from El Salvador to Australia?
For me, it was missing my family. I really felt very lonely and isolated, and I did miss my family a lot.
For me, because of the reasons I have to leave the country, it wasn't really an issue. I felt safe and secure when I arrived here.
I understand. Do you consider yourselves Australians?
Yes, I do. I will never forget my roots, but I really love Australia as my country.
Yeah, I certainly consider myself Australian. Likewise, I will never forget my roots. I'm very proud of them. But yeah, I'm the father of 3 Australians, and I am Australian.
Over 75,000 El Salvadorian citizens were slaughtered by government forces in the civil war that lasted more than a decade. My parents escaped that war and made a new life here in Australia. It's true that they have faced hardships on their journey, but my parents overcame those hardships for the sake of my family, for my sake. This is my story, and maybe by sharing it, I can help someone without a voice share theirs.
Dale que la marcha es lenta, pero sigue siendo marcha. Dale que empujando el sol se acerca la madrugada.